Well, I started the business of small college athletics in 2012, and I really did it for selfish reasons. And that was that I needed more opportunities to grow and have a chance to get better as an athletic director and learn more in the profession.
Jim is an advancement guy. He's been in the business more than 20 years as being the advancement guy in small college athletics. So initially, Bosca has always been this resource for fundraising, cultivating relationships, and I recognize that, you know what, that's an area that I need to strengthen, and that's what drew me to Bosca.
So coming here, you kind of let your hair down a little bit, and you're not intimidated to ask questions that might seem silly were they to be asked in an environment like the NCAA convention or NACDA. And there's definitely value in those bigger conferences and conventions, but here I feel like you get the biggest bang for your buck because it's a smaller style workshop that's interactive, whereby everybody that's here, can have some conversations with the round tables that we have and the lunch and learn type of situations that we have. And I really feel as though everyone here genuinely wants to learn and to share. And there's no experts. There's no experts here. And there's no egos either. And that's what makes coming here really nice.
I started in the role as Director of Athletics at William Penn when I was 29. And the first few months were really hard. The transition, very supportive. University transition was smooth. Coaches are amazing, but I was in above my head. And I remember driving down to Oklahoma City and thinking, I hope I can get something out of this so I can have a little bit more confidence. And I walked into Oklahoma City, I'm not sure I could do the job, and I walked out of Oklahoma City believing that the vision that we had in place for our team is something we could do. And it was 48 hours of being around people who were kind, were encouraging, and were willing to offer a perspective that allowed for me to be able to connect with them at a pretty high level. It was the most important thing that I did in that first year, because confidence is everything.
We're talking about what really matters in small college athletics, and I know that's not a direct sales piece that somebody would be thinking about coming to it, but it is driven by the people that are here. It isn't a matter of are you on a committee or are you on an advisory board. If you have something that wants to be addressed here, it will get addressed. There's the opportunity for that. The intimacy of Bosca, even with over 100 people in it, really speaks to that. And so it's a place where people can speak up. And at some larger conferences and conventions, particularly for college athletics, you might not get the chance to ask your question. At Bosca, you will get that chance. And I can assure you, you'll get that question answered.
Come on out, spend the time to come to Bosca, ask for the money from your department to be able to support you, to be able to come out and do this, because you will walk away a better leader, a better employee, a better administrator, and you'll be able to make a better impact on your campus. It's just, I could go on and on about the impact.
I think I would tell an athletic director who's never been and who was considering to come that what's different about our event is, number one, it's fairly intimate. So you're not in a sea of 6,000 people wandering from room to room, sitting in the back, not participating. It's a relatively small group, and as I mentioned before, there's a good chemistry there, a camaraderie that we're all in this together. In terms of the topics that we address, they vary every year. The event started with a real focus on external, generating revenue, which is always going to be a challenge and always going to be important to us. But this year in particular, we've gotten into other areas. And we always have a session that's just open. So I think the topics are relevant, and I think they are, they're pretty broad. But we also offer that opportunity to discuss any other thing that folks want to discuss, and you just don't get that anywhere else. So I think that's really what makes us unique, is that we listen and we want to provide that opportunity to be heard and to grow. And we also want to provide the opportunity to really shine a light on some of the people who are doing great things at small colleges.